and we see a black guy. It's like, hey, sir, you know, hoping that they will.
Jayam! You guys were besties. To go together.
No, our besties, Baba. We opposition. I was found at the back of the tent of the marquee in a shopping trolley.
No. SuperSport exclusive.
We never.
What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to an exciting episode of SuperSport Unplugged right here on your World of Champions on the SuperSport YouTube, by the way. And this is a special episode, not because of my guest here, but because it is hosted by the lovely Primo 19, aka Brown 2 Man, aka Cash Contan. That was late. But anyway, we've got a very exciting episode of the UCL. What is it? UCL Reloaded.
Reloaded. Yeah.
Yes, because we're reloading it because I get it. The UCL was in your past, so we have to reload it. We have to bring it back.
For sure, definitely.
And I don't know if you need an introduction. Do you want to introduce yourself? Do you want me to give you an introduction?
You know, it would be great to hear. Yeah, how would you introduce me to the
people?
Your people.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting to you newly inducted Hall of Fame South African football legend, defender, goalkeeper extraordinaire, 10 years at Leeds United, Champions League alumni. Please give it up for my father, Lucas Radebe, the chief, aka
Thank you very much.
Yes,
thank you very much. Is it Primo 19?
It's just Primo to you. It's okay. Primo is enough. We don't.
Yeah, no, thank you very much. You're absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a really cool one. I've never interviewed you, no? It's never been like this.
No, at home, yeah, we did speak.
I don't interview you at home.
You do?
No, I don't.
No, just chats. We're having good chats, actually.
Yeah.
Good conversation.
I'm going to enjoy it because I don't think you know that I'm actually a fan of you a little bit. I'm maybe like your biggest fan. Go defender on Twitter. I defend you.
Yeah.
I defend you with my life on Twitter.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that.
Please.
I appreciate that.
I see. When you neglect Twitter a little bit, so I'm glad that I'm there to defend it for you. But you know, there's a question everybody asks me.
Yeah.
Your dad, he used to do so much. What does he do now? Like, what do you do now?
Yeah.
Because now when I see you going through, you're just chilling. You're just watching Real Housewives. You're just watching Real Housewives of Durban.
Only when you see, at that time when you come.
That's all I see. So what do you do?
Yeah, but you know, because you know, I do a lot with the community. So with that foundation as well, the E.T. Radebe Foundation, where we're doing events, preparing for the tournament, and again, I mean, I've got different brands that I'm involved in where they have got different projects.
Yeah.
You know, and I think Discovery's been keeping me very busy.
I'm sure. We see you every time, billboard on Santin. It makes me panic. I even think you're going to shout at me about something.
You see, the good thing is that, you know, I've got an opportunity or a chance to spend time with family. You know what I mean? It's relaxed. I'm flexible.
Yeah,
you know?
There's more time now.
Yeah, you know, it's not stagnant like 9 to 5 or I have to be somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You have time every day for your kids to make TikToks with us.
I don't know if you guys saw the latest one. It was absolutely brilliant, you know, and
your moves weren't brilliant.
Is it?
The TikTok was brilliant. The TikTok was amazing. Your moves though.
Yeah. I think it doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't it?
Of course.
Yeah. So
how do you find TikTok? Do you like it?
You know, I enjoy it. You know, it's different. I don't like it. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I enjoy doing TikTok, especially that you guys are involved.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think for me it keeps me a bit
fresh.
Sane, you know.
I told you I'm making you famous again. I said I'm bringing you back. Yeah. I'm gonna make you famous again on another part, but I don't like that TikTok that you made. Your volume cuckoo. That embarrassed our name. That one didn't do well for the brand.
No, yeah, but exactly. exactly what is TikTok's all about. You know what I mean? You can't always do a brilliant TikTok. Sometimes you're going to hear, what the people think about the other side of, because that's what people don't see.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you think you would have felt if there was TikTok in your time? Like, how would you felt? Would you be okay with making TikToks? I guess there's players who do that now.
At least they will be more agile then. So.
I don't think that's possible.
I think it would have been very interesting, to be honest, because I think those days we had different characters. In the locker room. In the locker room, I mean, people like imagine having Mark Williams on TikTok without the T. It would have been great, to be honest. To be honest, I mean, having my gents on TikTok.
My gents would have killed TikTok. Killed TikTok.
It would have been something else.
And then, how do you feel about players today?
Yeah.
Do you think that gets in the way of the game in any way, or it takes their focus away? Because now I get it, there's this whole thing of making content for brands besides just doing it for fun, there's the brand side of it. How do you think that affects the game in any way?
I think, I think it does at some point because, that thing, man, once you get into TikTok, it's not easy, it's addictive.
To get out.
It's addictive, eh?
Yeah.
And once it gets into the training area or in the dressing room, that becomes a problem.
Yeah, and it's very easy to make TikToks in the dressing room.
Absolutely.
The guys were trending. Yeah, Mbappe, all of the guys used to trend on a daily basis for all the pranks they used to pull and whatever the case may be.
For me, it's what they put on TikTok.
Yeah.
If it's positive, and it does well for themselves.
Sure.
It doesn't cause any backlash or problem to himself or the team. Then it's better.
Okay.
I think there's more as well that it can do because it builds the relationship with what they need to do post the game.
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. There's a question I wanted to ask because you lived a life,
the life.
You lived. You were living. What did you look forward to for retirement? What's that one thing you said, you know what, I've done everything now here. I've seen all of these things. I've driven all of these cars. We've traveled. You've seen the whole world. And now it's time to retire. What's that one thing you looked forward to when it was time to go?
To be honest, that's the hardest thing, Retirement, it's hard because, I mean, this is my life, everyday life, morning, everyday, weekends and stuff. But when you think about retirement, you're thinking, I mean, what else can you do? What can you embark on? That transition is very, very difficult.
I know, I've experienced that.
But you retired at an early age, man.
It's still retirement.
But please, it's not my fault, you know what I mean? So, because I know you always like to blame.
I kind of do blame you for my retirement.
Is it because of the inheritance?
It's the injuries. You gave me bad knees, scrapyard.
Yeah. But look at where you are now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't need my knees anymore.
Yeah, absolutely great. But I think the most important thing was, looking forward to be able to spend time with family.
Yeah.
Because you never had time. Doing what I've always wanted to do, traveling with them, showing them the world. Which I think that's...
Did you show me the world?
On the field of play, I show you around the world.
You can't even do around the world.
No, but I mean, look at you, man. I mean, you're in entertainment, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have a name anymore.
What do you mean you don't have a name?
No, people call me now Primo's dad.
They better.
And I told you.
But that's why I'm making you famous. That's why you Primo's dad. Now I'm putting you in my TikTok so that we can make sure that Primo's dad is doing something.
It's good. It's a different generation.
Yeah.
A different experience, which I think I appreciate you doing that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because I think you're doing a bit now. I did that.
Yeah. I'm taking it to the next level. I'm quelling. Can you say quelling it on the highest level?
Quelling on the highest level.
Yes, I'm quelling it on the highest level.
No, you're doing well. You're doing absolutely brilliant. Because I think I enjoy this, and I think having that bond with you, with the kids, You know?
Do you mind making one? We're going to make one after.
Yeah, we'll definitely make one.
It's
Depends what it
hilarious.
is.
I like that
you know?
sound. It's going to be hilarious.
Yeah.
Anyway, we were talking about retirement and how it was going to give you more time. Do you think that was one of the sacrifices you made? And if it was a sacrifice you made, you know, to have a successful career, what other sacrifices, you know, did you make in order to?
You know, it's you know, I always say when you take up a career, you know, you're gonna have to give 100%.
Yeah.
You know, and you know once you commit yourself to that, those values come in. There's a lot, you know, that you wish to do, but there won't be any time.
Yeah.
You know, the commitment to what you do, for me, I believe that post the game, it bear benefits.
Yeah, that's what translates, you know, afterwards, going on.
Yeah, because the way you live through your career, you know, especially in sport. Okay, I mean, this can be cruel.
Yeah.
Sports or let's say football can be cruel.
Can kill you a real death.
Yeah,
Football.
real
death.
Yeah, because you have to realize that at some point it has to end.
Yeah.
And you have to embark on a different.
That time it's the only thing you know. You've been doing this for your whole life.
For your whole life, you know, and it's crazy because the sacrifices that you make are life changing.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna. First of all, especially for us, for me, I mean, I had to leave South Africa. I had to leave everything that I know, that I got used to, and start a new life.
Yeah.
Somewhere else, you know, where I need to build up from scratch again, you know, and get acquainted or get, you know, onto a different culture, you know, and make a name for myself.
Yeah.
Away from home.
Alone.
No parents, no friends.
That
you know?
Scary.
You know.
I can imagine.
But that's a route that you know that you go through, and the sacrifice. It's hard. It's very difficult.
Yeah. I'm so sad because I felt like I wanted to go through that, and I only did it in little bits and pieces. I remember I went to go trial go Mpumalanga. In the middle of in the middle of nothing. I had to drive my own car 3 hours away, live in a room, share this room with 3 other players, and we're eating a banana and 2 slaya brown bread for breakfast. And it wasn't glamorous like when our Leeds.
No, but you see, that's a problem because then everybody sees the glamour.
Yeah.
You know, but they didn't see the journey.
Yeah. Do you think you wanted me to play? Was that not even just me, actually?
Yeah,
me and, all the boys.
Yeah, Luke.
Was there a thing in you that said, "Ish, if the boys could also do it"?
You know, for me, I didn't really wanted to channel you in that way because I knew, you know, that it comes with a big price. You know, the expectations.
Yeah.
But I wanted you guys, you know, to develop your own careers that you will enjoy without having the pressure or having expectations. You know,
but we did it anyway.
Primo number 19.
We did it anyway. Career card.
Well, but it's a great experience. I think for me, yes, might as well would have given it a go. But to be honest, I think it was always going to be difficult to reach that level.
Yeah, but I was close.
You did well. I mean, you were absolutely brilliant. You had all those attributes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To be a proper.
The slide tackle, the header, the long ball.
Apparently somebody says that, but the walks
are the same.
You know, the mannerism, I'm like, are you serious?
I actually I found myself doing that thing when you header.
Yeah, you know where my strength comes.
But me, it helped me. Me, it wasn't my strength.
Yeah.
I used to tense my head when I hit at the ball. So when it hit me, my jaw neatly. So doing this made my jaw kind of like, it bounced like this on Spain chain.
Okay.
It just cushioned my
Just
jaw
cushioned it.
every time.
Yeah, no, it's good that at least you didn't pose any threats to your tongue or cut your tongue or something. But no, but I think those are some of the things that you appreciate, you know. And looking at you, you know, trying,
Yeah.
you know, to have the career in that sport. For me, I'm satisfied that you tried. You
How
know,
does it
and
feel
I
like to
saw
see
you
you score? How
I
does it
saw
feel
you-
like to see me score?
I saw you in goals as well, didn't you?
Oh yeah, he did.
I saw you in goal again at some point.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that one. We'll get to that one. We'll get to that one. Do you think, okay, do you think there's a moment where you were ever like, yo, I'm going to do this thing? Like where you were sure, you know, like I don't think we're always sure. Even me, content creation, I'm not 100%, even now, I'm not sure. I'm very anxious when I make content and whatever the case. Was there ever a time when you were like, Daze, I've got it. I'm actually good enough. I'm going to go the whole way. I'm going to take my whole life and put it here.
You see, that's the thing, because I think the different timelines when we grew up, because obviously, you know, I wasn't allowed to play football. You know, the career was this.
Yeah.
We were always been channeled to do this, you know.
Skolo.
And only when I went to Botswana,
Yeah.
you know, when I started playing, getting injuries.
Koka, ko Lehurutse.
Popsol, Lehurutse.
Lehurutse birds.
Lehurutse,
The birds.
ICL Leeds United, you know. And that's where I started, you know, not realizing the talent, but not realizing how I can take, or can make this a career, you know, and live up to this, to the expectation where, you know, you even think about going to England.
When do you think that self-belief kicked in to say, wait again?
Yeah.
I've got it. Because I get it, it was not just you that was playing. It was you, it was Malum Siga,
Yeah, it was my uncle.
Zata.
Yeah,
There was
Tabu,
Cheeks. All of you guys were playing. So
all the boys were playing.
yeah.
You know, in different positions. But there was always the belief. I've always believed in myself. You know, when I played at Kaizer Chiefs and started winning trophies with the club, that's when I realized that, you know, I can actually have a career.
Yeah.
In football. I can make this a career, you know. But going to Leeds, it was a far-fetched dream, to be honest. Because, I mean, I watched the World Cup 1990 on TV, and I'm thinking, you know, I wish I can
Maybe.
maybe one day, you know. I mean, people like Franco Baresi and looking at those.
I don't know who
Roger
that is.
Miller. You don't.
I know Roger Miller just because. But I don't have the
celebration.
highlights. I don't have the highlight package.
Yeah, no. But it was amazing, to be honest, how it came about.
Yeah. And then I know, okay, you said Kaizer Chiefs and from Chiefs Leeds. How did that come about? Because I know you didn't go alone and it wasn't your own that took you there. I get it.
Yeah. It's a nice narrative. You know, we always have, I think everybody has his own way of getting somewhere, of being successful. Because we always say, there's always someone who played a role, a part.
Yeah.
In you getting
Yes. There's always someone behind the man.
behind the man, you know?
Yes.
And I remember because the story that Phil, because Leeds were looking for a striker.
Rest in peace.
I know the late Phil, unbelievable. I mean, he was great. Even if we didn't get along at home. We didn't get along, yeah.
Weren't you guys best? I thought you guys were besties. To go together.
No, our besties, Baba. We were opposition. When we played against each other, it was always Lucas Radebe against Phil Massi.
Yeah, obviously he's
Whether
the
it's
number
Cosmos
one
or Sundowns
striker, you the number one defender, clashing straight. Okay.
You know, and to be honest, he was absolutely amazing. You know, and I remember Leeds were looking for a striker. They identified Phil And those were early years, you know,
This is what, 92?
it was 90,
93?
yeah, it was, because we got we got back into international fold, you know.
92, the goalkeeper,
early 90s,
the gold kit.
Yeah, during the 90s, and obviously that when we formed the national team, you know, me and Phil were always there, and then we used to play against each other, and then I remember it was a hub, it was a honeypot for European clubs because this is a new talent, you know.
Okay.
Because we were
It was the sanctions and whatever.
It was sanctions, yeah. So I think Phil caught the eye for Leeds as a striker.
But then how did he bring you? Or how did Phil?
You know, actually, when they came to look at Phil, to watch Phil play, I think somebody must have mentioned my name, but I think the main person was Philmon. So when it happened, it was, okay, they will take Phil, but then this guy as well, you know, maybe we'll take him just to keep him company, just to acclimatize
so he
and
doesn't
adapt.
I see
adapt,
why.
you know what I mean?
Hectic.
Adapt to the conditions, you know, it's Leeds. And it worked out very well because.
So who chose you? Was it him or was it the team that said you can actually take this guy?
I think somebody mentioned my name. I think Jeff Hudson or something like that. You know, and then they mentioned my name and they were looking for Lucas Hateb and he was nowhere.
But you weren't the plan.
Found.
Yeah.
I wasn't in the plan. They haven't really seen me play. You know, and every time when they came to watch, I was injured. So I wasn't playing. Even in the national team, I wasn't playing. So they took Phil. So they said, you know what? Actually, I met Jeff Slate, who was the chief scout when I went to Leeds recently. And he said, you know, because we knew how harsh the conditions were going to be, so it would have been better to have somebody that will actually be with him and, you know, help him
get through it.
To adapt, to the environment.
Okay. So how did you find that now? Because now you guys are just two African boys. Number one, you come from the sun. You come from 33 degrees Celsius. And then you go to snow, you know, sunlight for 3-4 hours a day sometimes from, you know, all these hot conditions and you're alone. Yeah. And you don't even speak English.
I know, it's quite challenging.
Like, how was that whole process of trying to acclimatize to Europe?
That's the thing, because this is not just you're not going to London or something. You're going to Yorkshire. It's a different accent. It's different, you know, food. Everything is different, you know. But the weather was a challenge. The weather condition was the challenge because it was absolutely horrible. You know, and the fact that we were never full-time professionals, you know, that posed a challenge to us because it's training early in the morning.
Gym training, nutrition plan, you can't eat this.
You know, but the great thing is that part of it we learned a lot. We had to learn about being professional from the players and from the fans as well, which is great, you know, because for me that was part of our development as footballers coming from South Africa.
Was it hard to learn English?
Basic English.
Like, because you guys, it was Bantu education at that time. You guys, I'm sure, knew better Afrikaans than English.
Actually, at some point we were laughing, me and Phil, we were talking about chess. Can you understand these people? Can you understand these people? Because always when they talk to us, you know, it was always, can you slow down? Can I? Yeah, hey man, we can't hear you. And at the end, me and Phil will caucus in the corner. What did they have to say?
What does that mean?
But then the problem is to reply, is to just have a conversation with them.
Yeah.
You know, it's just one word, that's it.
And then you guys would speak Vernac
to
each other.
Imagine coming from Phil as enemies, from South Africa as enemies, and now
you have to be
We have to be the best of friends.
Depend on each
teammates.
other. Even, yeah,
You know, it was amazing. But what a great guy. But that's when you realize, you know, the personalities, you know, of players. Because, you know, there's a misconception about the players. Okay. You know, you see the players from far. You think players are earning a lot of money. Players are arrogant. Players, you know, the big-headed and stuff like that. And it's not, eh? People are down to earth. And they are human as well. They get affected by things that affect a normal person. Not that we are abnormal, but do you know what I mean? Because at some point I was like, I would love to live a normal life. I would love to live a normal life.
While you were there?
You know? While I was there, yeah. Because it got harder. It got hard. I mean, I remember me and Phil were thinking, but every day, we were missing home, you know? And then because especially when it gets towards the Christmas for festive season, we're like, you know, could have been at home.
Do you think, is that what scared you? Did Man United scare you? Because it was going to be worse. if Leeds United was not normal, imagine what would have happened, Gara.
Across the Pennines. It could have been worse.
Isn't Sir Alex the one he said?
Yes, he did. He did actually, you know. The thing is that once you get to Yorkshire, you become part and parcel of that.
You're in the town.
You're in the town because, you know, everyone appreciates your contribution. Everyone knows when you're giving your best. You know which one they take you as one of them. And I mean, it was a brilliant city. Not too much expectation. It's a small town city, small town. You know, and for me, what it did for me, because I grew up with the club. I developed
as it was also
also the club was doing better. You know, as a player, as a person.
So you were the catalyst. You say it was you. Can you say it was you? It's time. If there's one moment that you don't need to be humble, it's now. It's now. Do you think you brought the spark? It was you. You came through and it changed.
No, but to be honest, when I came through, there was a lot that I've seen that was, well, in our eyes, it wasn't right.
Okay.
You know,
from the outside, just being
from just being there, just observing, or you know, and we changed a lot. Me and Phil being there, things changed, you know, and I think it was one of those clubs that was very racist actually. You know, and it was predominantly white in the turnstiles. Intense. You know, everywhere you go. Yeah, because we used to go into town and we see a black guy. And it's like, hey, sir, you know, hoping that they would... hoping, no, but that's how bad it got. You know, in terms of like, you know, we want to speak with someone else from home. You know,
you want something familiar.
You want, you know, we want to speak to someone. You want to make friends with someone. You know, and but that's for us. It was a learning curve. You know, which was amazing. Which was absolutely amazing.
What do you think was your biggest culture shock? Like the one thing that stood out to say, Mabo Naba, hey, is not make sure. Yeah.
I mean, you can imagine we the Irish, the Scottish, the Portuguese, but Yorkshire itself. I mean, the food. Yeah.
Fish and chips.
Not even fish and chips. Yorkshire pudding.
What is that?
You see, Yorkshire pudding and gravy. Oh man, I think something it's sort of guinya, and a beef, a slice of beef and some brown sauce.
That brown sauce that they put on tables that no one used to use for burgers.
Yeah.
HP sauce.
But that was more like
marmalade.
It was horrible, man. It didn't even taste nice. You know, that's one of the things. I mean, and the drinking.
Oh, the beer culture.
The drinking culture.
Yeah.
They're huge, eh? They're huge drinkers. You know, every corner of the village, there's a pub. and the thing is that they know, they had a schedule. You know, every night, 7 o'clock, everybody's going to the pub.
To go catch a drink,
Just
to
get
go
a
catch
pint
up.
of beer, pint of lager.
How many pints of beer
pint
did
of
you-
lager, pint of lager.
How many pints did you catch?
To be honest, I wasn't. I tried, but no, man. Alcohol in Khanne, it was difficult to drink, because I tried the Tetley. There's a beer called Tetley Bitter. It was too bitter for me. I couldn't handle it. And you know, actually, what made things worse is the end of the season. We always have a big party. So they introduced me to something else, taboo and lemonade. It was sort of a drink. And I think that night, I drank a lot. I was found at the back of the tent of the marquee in a shopping trolley.
No. So why do you judge me then?
I'm not judging. I only did it once. That was it. At least I learned my lesson.
In the
from
trolley.
that alcohol. The shopping trolley.
Blackout.
Not just, you know, in that freezing cold as well. In that freezing cold weather, you know. But for me, it's the camaraderie we had at the club. You know, somebody must have done it. One of the boys must have said, bring him in, let's just wheel him out.
Yeah, let's just...
Because that's the kind of teamwork.
Yeah, brotherhood. Almost.
Brotherhood in the changing room, you know what I mean? We had boys who could do weird stuff, man. It was incredible. Incredible.
And okay, so what do you think then is one thing when you're now there, you've established yourself, you know, you're chilling, you know English, which is hoa now. Now you you say sweet now, sweet.
Thank you. With an accent.
And what's that thing that you missed about home?
Yeah.
That made you think, ish, hinkashapa papa or kota fela, just.
Wait, it's amazing you asked that question because that's the first thing that you miss.
The food.
Little things. Just to say, hey, sir. Sure.
Those are
little things.
To greet
that
people,
you miss.
like to have a.
Just to have that, you know what I mean? Hey, Tara. You miss all that. The food, little things like, you know, because we take it for granted, eh?
Skopas.
Budi skopas, budi montwana nyana kota. Acha.
December ish acha.
Acha. Yo.
But at least no sankhuma khwafi. That's the problem with acha.
But still, no. But you know what? That's one of the things that is really important to, you know, even if you go somewhere else, but you don't lose your culture.
Yeah.
Stay
you.
Yeah, stay, because it's my identity. You know, I introduce it to them.
Yeah.
You know?
But did you introduce them to pap? Did you give them pap?
Yeah, I tried to get them pap because I used to smuggle pap.
Don't say that. Hey, don't say that.
That was then, eh? Gone are the days I used to smuggle pap and Vors. You know?
Vors, so did it survive the flight?
Yeah, because they used to have like the Sunday roast. I mean, guys, man.
You want to
braai. But then the problem is that it's cold outside. It might snowing or it's dark or
so
it's
now
raining.
you braai. You
braai
on.
Yeah, but the great thing is that we were all staying like around the same area. All the players. We were just like neighbors, you know?
Yeah.
So it was easy to say, come on, guys,
I once overheard who one of your neighbors was Mark Viduka or something.
Vidux, yes. Vidux was my roommate and he was my neighbor. Robbie Keane was actually closer as well. We were just there. Eric Baki was David Batty. We were just like, it should have been like an estate.
Yeah.
We just needed just Leeds United estate. We would have put a gate and that was it.
You know what I saw recently that I found very interesting was how James Milner was still playing. That time he was younger.
He played with me.
Yeah.
He played. That's amazing. That's how they bring up the young stars as well. Because he was in the academy.
So he was in the academy when you were a senior?
When I was a senior at the club. You know, they brought him. I think he came at the age of 16. He started his first game he was 16 years old. 16 years old.
Yeah, James Milner actually has one of the records for being one of the youngest players ever.
Yes, him and I think Rooney's the youngest.
Yeah.
But James Mina, they're not far off. They're not far off. And he was absolutely brilliant. He's never changed. He's always been the same. Hard work, being respectful, of what he does and respectful of his elders, So at least for me, my authority
That's so cool.
was respected.
For me, that's cool because we were watching him, I think it was last season at Liverpool.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, man. You told me that he was your junior, but he still carried on the game. I think he's been playing for
He's been
19,
playing for, he played for over 20 years now.
20 years.
20 years, yeah.
What a career.
He played for 20 years now.
What a crazy career. But
Absolutely.
also, there's something I want to speak about in your career that happened, that stuck out when you were goalkeeper.
Ooh.
What happened? Number one, what happened? Number two, why you? Who chose? Did you say, let me put the gloves, or was it the coach that said, or what happened?
Yo, the thing is that actually one of the games, one of the games that I was goalkeeper, it was against Middlesbrough. That was the games that, that people didn't know
But
about.
also they didn't know that you were a goalkeeper before.
Yes.
Jay.
Yes, because what we did, I used to go in goal when we go to training. When you go to training, you arrive early.
You let the boys shoot.
Come on, shoot. I'm just doing that. And I'm thinking, okay. And I think they decided at some point not to have a reserve goalkeeper.
Leeds,
yeah.
because of you.
I think they knew in the back of their minds that, at least we can have somebody who can go in goal.
There's no way you were that good. There's no way you were so good at goalkeeper that they don't need a backup.
No, listen. You can't say that because when I was at Bobsol, we played against actually South Africa. We put it on against also in the interstate games. And I was goalkeeper then. I think I was a reserve goalkeeper to Colin Leishman. But that's when my goalkeeping skills came from. I started as a goalkeeper because I didn't just want to sit on the bench. Any position, there's no goalkeeper, I'll go in. There's no number, there's no left back, I'll play left back, And that's when it started. Going in goal, I won the awards with ICL beds.
For being a goalkeeper?
Being a goalkeeper, in the kids were penalty. Penalty. When you say penalty shootout,
that reminds me.
I'm the best.
What did you see? What did you see? If we go back to that conversation, you were saying you've seen me in goals.
Yeah.
And you know what's my problem?
Yeah.
People don't believe me.
Yeah.
When I tell the story, no one believes that the game you came to watch, my last matric game.
And then you saved the penalty, eh? You didn't go and he saved the penalty. It was brilliant. I was very proud.
That was the first time you watched me play.
I was very proud. And that's when I realized that, at least you know talent. There's talent right there.
Come on. But you just laughed at me. You didn't look proud. You just laughed at me.
Remember where I was? I was sitting.
I was right behind.
I was right
behind the goal.
I made sure that I went behind the goal. I thought maybe I can coach you.
No, but you weren't coaching
me.
You were distracted. You were laughing at me. The problem is, you see, at least if you were like, Bamba, because I had I think one save before that, and then you laughed at me because I think I fell over the ball, but I still had it. But you laughed at me, wasn't coach, in that moment.
I didn't want to put pressure, you know what I mean? I wanted to be your own self, Make your own, but it was great to see because that was for me, I was thinking, okay, possibly he's following my footsteps. This is the career for him, and to be honest, at that point, I didn't know what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
What
do you mean you didn't know? I kept saying to come see my games.
Yeah, but for me, the most important thing was education.
But also used to.
Yako. Don't remind me of that. King, he used to do some weird dance cramp, but that was cramping. And you were so skinny, and you always like to take off your shirt when you're doing all that thing. I could see the rib cage and stuff.
We all have rib cages.
And the things that I was saying, but this can't be a career. Huh? But everybody's cramping, you were doing all that. I'm thinking, look at this long man.
And long boy. I thought I could make it that, but then I saw going forward where I don't think it's going to last too long, this thing. Also, I might get more injured than when I'm playing soccer. So I decided to put my focus that side. But then, was it the Middlesbrough game that the keeper got injured and you had to go in?
Yeah, John Lukic got injured. First half, he got concussed. It was 0-0. And I kept the clean sheet. Gave me in second half, kept the clean sheet. And that's when I realized, okay. Then
Still got it.
Yeah. And then they started not bringing the reserve goalkeeper after that game. Now and then we'll have a reserve goalkeeper. Now and then not. And I think that happened. That game that you're talking about.
They didn't bring him. I don't believe. Wang Shashaya.
They've already seen.
You think that was enough? I mean, were you captain at the time?
But I was
Were you captain?
no.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't captain yet, and already by then, I was in and out of the team. But I was establishing myself as a regular.
It was early on.
You know what I mean? It was early on. I was establishing myself as a regular in the team. I've got a squad number. I still had a squad number then, which was 27. You know, not.
It was before 5.
It was before number 5, and then that game. To be honest, you know, I think a lot of people that when they remember players in goal for their clubs, you know, that's the
number one.
The game that's number one, and it's not only because of how I performed, but because of who we were playing against as well, because those were our hated.
It was a rivalry.
It was because Leeds and Manchester, you know, it's Battle of the Roses.
Okay.
You know? Yeah, the white rose and the other one is the red rose. You know.
Okay.
So the two clubs, it was hated. That thing was hated.
It was
the
proper
rivalry,
beef.
There was proper beef.
Yeah.
You know, and
you don't
they
need to say hate. Today we say beef.
Well, we say at least you're learning and I'm learning something. We can help each other, you know what I mean? But it was amazing that, you know, that transformed, you know, my thinking.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And exactly why I am at the club. Yeah.
Before, I want to get to the Champions League because you got me thinking about how things transformed, especially for Leeds as a city. Yeah. How did it transform for you when you were captain? Ooh. When they said,
"It's a big responsibility."
Here's the belt.
It was, and we had senior players, We had because the guy that was a captain at that time was from Scotland. It was Hopkins.
Okay.
Yeah, and to be honest, they didn't rate us as South Africans, as Africans. We only had, it was just me and Phil, and then later on Tony Eboa came along. And you know, the one thing that people don't know, or you guys don't know.
Exclusive.
Here's
an exclusive. SuperSport exclusive.
Howard Wilkinson would never play me and Phil and Tony
at the same time.
At the same game. Never. That's how bad it was. The day we played, he fielded all of us at the same time. We had a special meeting with him.
To say
he called us in.
Come on.
He called us in. You know, it was funny because what he said to us, he asked the question. He says, "Who's my hero?" I said, "Yeah." I actually said, "No, we are your heroes." He's like, "No." Nelson Mandela. Oh. To be honest, that's what I think convinced him. That, you know, possibly...
Oh, he asked you guys who your heroes are?
No, his hero.
He said, "Who's my hero?" to you guys.
Yeah, and we thought we are. I thought we are. That was so lame. To be I laugh about it today when I think about that. And I thought, I mean, why not? I mean, we did become heroes at the club then, you know what I mean? But he didn't see that.
He didn't see the vision. He didn't have the vision.
He didn't have that vision, you know? And to be honest, that's when the first time me Philemon and Tony played together.
At the same game,
at the same
at the same time.
At the same time at home.
Do you remember if you won?
Huh?
Did you win?
I think we won that game, yes. We won that game, and since then, things changed. The turnstile changed as well, because obviously there was not a lot of black people.
Yeah,
faces, bums in the seats there.
Yeah.
So, but things changed a lot. It was brilliant, yeah.
Yeah, that's especially coming from apartheid. It's like
that's
it's
what
even
you're thinking.
more. Yeah.
You're thinking it's getting better.
Yeah.
At least there's opportunities here. But instead, but that shows the mindset of the people away from, or what they think about not South Africans, but Africans as a whole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So for me, I think a lot changed.
So you think you were a freedom fighter also? Like, you were.
I was in exile.
You'd call that exile?
When people go to exile to fight, I flew the flag. I was in exile.
Okay, you did, but you went in exile. That was nice exile. That was nice exile. Exile was nice. Exile was
fighting.
Nice.
We were fighting for freedom.
Exile must have been so nice. Jaffa cakes in exile.
Jaffa cakes.
Must have been so nice.
No. Scampi and beans. Yeah, but it was great. We had a good time, to be honest, After all what had happened.
Yeah, when you transformed
well,
it and now things are more comfortable.
More comfortable, change of management.
Yeah. And they trust you more.
And now they trust me more. Now, I play more.
Yeah.
I'm in the leadership position. It's comfortable with the fans and everyone else. It was amazing.
How was the change?
It was great.
How was it when you guys qualified for Champions League football as a little Leeds?
You would have to be there to feel the atmosphere first. Because that club belonged to the city. Yeah. And the people, the fans, the supporters in that place, they're like Leeds.
It's the everyday fans. Human being.
It's like, it's religion for them.
Yeah.
Every Sunday, there's no... I can't remember somebody saying I'm going to church or... No.
Church is Ellen Road.
Church is Ellen Road. Ellen Road. Every weekend, every home game. It was absolutely amazing. And once we were playing better, and then started qualifying, before the Champions League, we qualified for Europe.
For Europa?
For Europa. And we got to the semi-finals as well in the Europa Cup. Yeah, in the Europa Cup. And then
Who knocked you out?
It was the Turkish club.
Fenerbahce?
Yeah, no.
Shakhtar Donetsk?
No, Shakhtar.
That's Russian, sorry, that's Russian.
Jesus.
Fenerbahce?
No,
Galatasaray.
Galatasaray knocked us out. But it was actually, that game was, we just gave it away because of what had happened before the game. And then we finished I'm telling you, we were flying. The city, the atmosphere, it was just Leeds United. Leeds, it was, the pubs were full. The stadium, week in and week out, it was full. We couldn't go anywhere. At some point, I was saying that we lived like monks.
Or you have to stay in the mountain and train, and that's the only thing you can do. Yeah.
That's the only thing we could do, is train home, traveling away. So we couldn't see people, we couldn't see family.
You can't just go chill.
No, at some point people was like, but we can't live like this. Is this what you call for? Is this what I've signed for? Sometimes I do now realize, some of these players, that the current players that goes overseas and not make it, or maybe,
don't fulfill the full potential that we think.
Yes. Yeah. There's a lot of expectation as well, the being homesick and stuff, and the hard work, because, you have to work hard.
Do you think being homesick is a real thing? Because, I know people, especially like on Twitter and stuff, people got very hard on Lyle.
Yeah. On Lyle,
because he was saying he's mentally he's not okay. I'm here, I'm alone, I miss home, I'm homesick, I'm depressed, and I have to juggle this thing. Do you think it's that big of a fact? Because a lot of people were nyancing that situation. They were like, depression,
No, it's real. it's for real, and it's not just for foreigners, but it's, I mean, one of the guys who I used to play for at Leeds United, he had struggled with mental health as well, you know, and when Lyle Foster, you know, was diagnosed with that, I knew exactly what
he was going through.
What he was going through. You know, you on your own, you're at the hotel. You know, where you don't have your friends. It's that. It's like
there's not a lot of sun nights.
There's nothing that you no. There's nothing to do. It's hard work. You train. After training, you go straight home. You sleep. Tomorrow morning, the same thing. It's dark. It's cold. It's miserable.
That's why I like South Africa. That's why I say South Africa is the best place in the world because we get so much sun. It's nutty. It's so fun. Groove is nutty. It's just
some groovies.
Yo, the weather's nutty.
Yeah. But you know the thing is that because people don't see that, you have everything in front of you. You got you're earning good money.
Yeah, you're earning in pounds. Yeah. Why are you sad if you're earning so much money?
Because that's what people think. You're staying in nice hotels. You know, it's a lot. You know, man. But behind that, it's a lot that goes on.
Yeah.
You know, as an individual, as an individual, you know, the life that you live is not exactly what you want.
Yeah, I can definitely say I felt it too. I don't know if you knew, I was struggling with a lot of depression when I was playing.
I think I had an idea, I had a clue.
I was struggling with a lot of anxiety and depression when I was playing.
Yeah.
At Wits, Shem.
Yeah.
It was tough. Game time, you know, competing, younger players.
Yes.
Pleasing the coach, pleasing yourself.
But managing
injuries,
yourself first, you're right.
Yeah.
Managing yourself first, you know, making sure you respect yourself, you know, in a way that, you know, you become a professional footballer. Because it's difficult, eh?
Yo.
To be able to say, tonight I came Kruvong.
Yeah.
I'm going to sleep early because I've got training. It's
but
tough.
that time all your friends are out and then one that you wanted, she sent you the DM today, said, Ish, are you coming to sumo tonight? I said, I can't come, I'm playing too much.
You know what I mean?
It was tough.
Yeah, but I think for me that's, you know, that's a journey that you take to who you are in the future. So it carves yourself. It carves you, your personality, you know, as an individual. Because you have to be unique, you know?
Yeah.
You don't just have to be one of the players. You have to be the player.
Yeah. You know, one of the biggest dreams I took from your career which was a goal of mine while I was playing, is to hear the Champions League theme. In the stadium. These are the champions. Sweet, die Meister.
That time you're like this. I'm telling you. You know what? Now, it's a dream come true.
Yeah.
You're standing there and you're looking across the opposition side. You see Raul. Huh? Hey. You see Clarence Seedorf and you're thinking, oh my God, is that me?
It's time.
Is that me? And you look at the crowd. You had
there was one where you were drinking Maheu. The camera was moving like this. What was that?
Yo. No, wait again. I'm telling you, you know, you talk about it now, getting goosebumps. It's that anthem.
Yeah.
You can't, to be honest, or compare it with anything else. You know, you just respect. It just once you hear it,
you inside.
Now everything changes. You know what I mean?
Transformation, Super Saiyan.
You become something else. You know, it changes you. You know, I mean, some people have tears in their eyes. You know, I mean, looking at the crowd, You know, the flags, the fans with their flags.
The passion now.
The passion
the
now.
energy.
You're so proud that, you know,
You have to
you're
now
telling
show off.
yourself
You have
now.
to.
Now you're telling yourself, you know what, this is my time. Yeah, you can't lose this opportunity and not do well.
That is so dope. It wasn't the first Champions League game, was it Barcelona?
Yeah, we played Barca. We played all the big teams. We brought all the big teams to Elland Road.
They haven't been back since, no?
They haven't been back since. I mean, we played the best football against the best players in the world. Absolutely amazing.
Ish.
The Champions League nights at Elland Road, it's raining. Typical Leeds, it's freezing cold, it's raining, sleet. And then the fans were just...
They don't care. They're playing with you. They're there with you.
You look at the cop, they like shirtless, skinheads shirtless, singing the whole time. Oh, it was crazy. It was absolutely amazing. It was.
Okay. Besides the atmosphere of Elland Road on a Champions League night, which other stadium did you feel like you were there and that atmosphere was hitting the same?
You know what? I think there's great stadiums. I mean, the Enfield was one of those.
I mean, you played
stadiums.
at the San Siro.
Yeah. San Siro. Hey. You know how passionate the Italians are? They got these flares and flags, and when you look at them in the face, when they speak, it's all passion and the love of the game. And it translates to the field as well.
Except for the racism.
I know. That was rife.
Anyway.
But it still changed. But I can't believe it hasn't changed, actually. There's still people going through racism. But I think it's hard work. But you know what? Elland Road, traveling from, because when we travel, when we play away, you bring all those friends with you. And the atmosphere away from home where there's smoke. You know, when you see smoke.
When they do that, the flares.
The flares, and they throw them in the field. You know, I think where were we playing? I think we were playing against Lazio, where they throw tissues.
Lazio?
Yeah, when they threw tissues and we had to stop and
they had to now take all the tissues
and
off the field.
And it was flares, and it was smoky. You know, it was like cloudy. But the atmosphere, the singing. I think, you know, these boys, man, I want these boys to go and experience that. Because it's not about anything else. It's about you being there, representing.
Yeah, and having these eyes, the pressure in the middle of the stadium. It's time to do your thing now. Do your thing.
Yes, you can't mess up in a stage. It's a big stage. It's close to the World Cup.
Yeah. The Champions League, basically.
You know what I mean? After the World Cup is Champions League.
Yeah.
You know, the best players in the world. Yeah. And
who do you think is your favorite opponent?
Favorite
player and team. Let's start with the team. Which team did you face? We trapped you though. We trapped you.
You know, the thing is that even if we lost, you know, but we've learned a lot from that.
Yeah.
And we became better. I think some of the games, it's not, I wouldn't say my favorite games were the ones we won, but it's the games that we've had a different
experience. A learning curve,
It was a learning curve for us as young Leeds United, you know, trying to play against the best teams
in the world, with the best players.
With the best players, you know what I mean? I think for me, that's what I can take from those experiences or from those games that I played against Clivet.
Patrick
Clivet, you know, the best Barcelona where they've got Guardiola.
Yeah. At the Nou Camp, you guys played them at the Nou Camp first game?
We played them at the Nou Camp. Yeah, they beat us 4-0, which it's okay. We played in the Champions League. But they came to Elland Road today, we lost.
Again?
We lost we drew. We drew 0-0 against Barca. Real Madrid came, we lost away, we drew at home. But the biggest scalp was beating AC Milan with Dida and all of them.
The Dida
Dida era.
The Brazilians at the time, wasn't it? Who was the right back? Wasn't it Cafu?
Cafu was there.
Whoa!
Cafu was there.
The Italians, weren't the Italians there? Maldini, the boys.
Maldini, Seedorf was there. Man.
And you beat
Class.
them at the San Siro.
We beat them. We beat them at San Siro. Dominic Matteo, header. We beat them at home 1-0 again. On a rainy night at Island Road. It was buzzing. I mean, those fans, the roof came off. We were on top of the world. David O'Leary at that time was singing praises of everyone. Each and every individual at that club was God in front of those, in the eyes of those fans.
So
it was God. You literally walk out and they were like bowing down. It was amazing.
I guess that's why they name children after you now. That's why their kids.
Yeah, the good thing is that they're not mine.
Yeah, you have enough. You have enough.
You know,
There's enough of us. And then,
it was cold.
and then who do you think was was your favorite opponent player? Like one guy that gave you a tough time where you were in that game. Let's start with Premier League, because I know you and Henry at the time was booming. Henry was coming for you.
Yeah.
There's even that famous video where you hit him with the where he tried to say, you say
I hit him with the knife, with the timing, just anticipation. Anticipation, I think for me that was the my strongest thing.
Yeah, your strength.
You know, my strength, you know what I mean? It was anticipation, you know, and timing. That was important. And those days, imagine if there was VAR. Jeez.
Do you think you could have? It was penalties.
It would have been no. It would have been.
Nah, they were clean. They were clean.
But it's a men's game. It was physical.
It was more of a man's game.
It was more of a man's game. Not that it's not, but it became very technical.
I think now it's also just
very technical and tactical, and
for me, not even that. Just diving. The fact that diving is now a part of the game. Like that, you know. I remember Hugo used to practice diving at home, you know. So it's like the fact that even became part of the game.
That's what they see, you know.
Like
you know, but having the quality of Thierry Henry, Alan Shearer up against you, you know, you get even better as a defender, you know, because you got the homework.
Yeah.
You know, you go home a day before the game and you're thinking, who am I up against? You know?
France's new star.
And that
plus
time he was on fire.
You played him at the World Cup. They beat you guys already at
98
in France. Yeah.
Yeah, and now he's the main man at Arsenal.
Actually, he was his peak now.
He was in his peak. Remember, Kanu was there as well. You know, Nwanko.
Yes.
Oh my God, he was flying. I remember because the first touch, for me, it was first touch, I'm going to hit him.
You there?
Yeah. First touch, and that's what I did. And I remember him saying, brother, what's happening, brother? Why now you becoming, I'm like, sorry, man. But that for me, it was just to say, yeah, man, have respect, man.
Yeah, come on.
Have respect.
Come on.
You
know? I'm also here.
I'm here. I don't want to be embarrassed here. I'm at home.
What's your favorite shirt? Because I know you, at home, you have the shirt. I want to steal them so badly. I'm telling you, I'm warning you now.
At some point.
I'm warning you while it's still early.
That shirt there. There it is, that picture.
Anyway.
Take my shirt.
Which is your favorite, do you think, jersey out of all the jersey shops? Because there's a lot. That wardrobe is full.
Yeah,
and there's teams we don't know.
Well,
from Europe, I know there's Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, I think, Chelsea. With the round logo.
The Emirates, the same. Emirates,
yes. Which do you think is your prized possession out of all your shirt swaps?
Actually, I have Raul's jersey, you know, from
Madrid,
Real Madrid. Yeah,
which one? The black one.
The white and purple. Actually, I've got the black one as well. The black, you know, the black one, which is nice. I'll show you. I don't want to take it up because you might steal it.
No, just show me. I just want to.
No. I'll show you in the picture.
No, pictures, it's not real. We can't verify a picture. So, just home and away
like you,
on the bed.
who's taking the
no, I won't. I respect it. It's a relic. It's my team. I respect it.
Yeah. No. But to be honest, I think most of those, it means a lot because it was all about the respect.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
I respect you enough.
you respect me enough.
Good game,
I
yeah.
can have, brilliant game. Can I have, not that I can take his jersey, we swap.
Yeah.
He also
he
appreciate my jersey.
I felt you.
You
stressed me.
Yeah, there's a few marks
at
the back of the calf there,
it's now your new skin color is your scars.
But that's a great thing that you force friendships like that, because next time you go there, at least they recognize. I played a lot of games for charity where they invited me.
Yeah.
Like Ronaldinho 11. I was in Ronaldinho 11. The poverty for poverty. There's a game we played for poverty.
And there was Ronaldinho, Seedorf, I think.
Seedorf, yeah. There was like the big
Ronaldo.
The Ronaldo.
R9, Nazario.
R9, Luis Figo. Players like that, coming in to do...
Becks.
To do David Beckham. Just coming in to play for charity, to help putting plate or eradicate poverty.
Using your talents for good, at least.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's not just talent, but it's
your power,
who you
your
are,
influence.
the name you've made in the game.
Yeah.
Which is amazing that you can, as a South African, you can be revered in that, the highest level like that.
Yeah.
Even involved in that manner, which is brilliant for me. And I think those stadiums, man, that I played in, Enfield, walking in there and then seeing that you'll never walk alone.
You'll never walk alone.
But my favorite was Tottenham.
Tottenham?
Yeah, I think Tottenham
at that time, was it White Hart Lane?
White Hart Lane. It was amazing. You go out there, it's beautiful. It's got a nice aura about it.
Okay.
Before the game, while it's still empty, there's this atmosphere that, for me, it was a good aura because all the time there, I felt good.
Yeah.
And we always have a good result there.
Okay. And then, I want to ask something about comparison because the Champions League was different.
Oh, yeah.
Your Champions League had 2 group stages, semi-final 1, semi-final 2, isn't it?
Yeah. Semi-final 1, semi-final, yes.
2, yes. It was a lot of games.
Yeah.
And now it's a league system and Real Madrid is number 16, 17
36
on that league.
Is it 36 teams? 36 teams.
Yeah, it's huge.
And they play each other.
Across, yeah.
It's a lot of games. But I think for the fans...
I think it's better for the matchups.
Yeah, the matchups is much better, and for the public, for the supporters, they got to see, and every club got to play against each other, which is nice, which is good, but there's a lot of games.
Yeah.
Because, there's international games as well. I think there's a lot when you realize how much the game has changed. In terms of having a squad that will actually, play certain games. Yeah. But not just have a squad, but have a quality depth in the team, which that's what's happening at the moment. The football has changed.
Football is so different.
It has evolved. It's there's so much money in the game that. There's the sponsors. They're reliant on broadcast and sponsors. It's just heavy.
But the game has changed. But now, for Rona at home, now you've done everything you did there, captain, 10-year career, and then you come back home. It's done, but you have this huge presence. Mandela's hero. Mandela's your bro.
It nearly made me cry. I was emotional.
How does it feel like to bring such a legacy from, abroad and then come here and literally the most famous, most revered person almost in history, says, Ish, you.
It says a lot about who you are, where you come from, and and what you represent. Because for me, it was all about that. It was all about the country. It was all about the charity, you know, because there's a lot of kids that would love to have a career to have football as a career.
Yeah.
You know, earn money, call it a job. You know, but to be honest, the aim is not about the money.
Yeah.
You know, it's about who you become. Because you must realize that at some point you're gonna retire from the game, but what is your legacy? You know, and embarking on other careers, because that it sets you up. For me, it gives it's a stage for when you have to now retire
and be a human being again with everything you have.
With everything you have
achieved.
And still appreciate
Yeah.
the game, you know, and help those who love to get to that level.
Who aspire also in
Who
this game.
aspire to be professionals.
Who was your hero?
Wow. Apart from Radebe,
Yeah, let's not. That's a no-brainer.
Was he a
I
boxer?
mean, when that was your bro.
Radebe.
You have pictures of him in the house. You know, that's your bro. That's you and him.
Oh,
too.
man.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
You know, I think you know, M7.
Hectic.
M7.
For those who don't know who M7 is, CR7 is actually my eldest uncle, firstborn older brother.
Older brother.
Hectic.
He was better than me, huh?
I've heard many of those stories.
He was better than me as a footballer, and he was a proper midfielder. Yeah, CR7.
CR7.
The way he conducted himself, you know, as an individual and as a player, you know, it resonates with what I've gone through, you know, in my life. And to be honest, these are the people that we represented when we got the opportunity. Because they couldn't play at that highest level. We had to take on the baton and say, you know what, let's take it to the next level.
I have the chance. You kind of made him proud also in that sense. That, I couldn't do it, but you could.
You know what I mean? I mean, you guys are always come back, bring you stuff, take you out. You know, who had that? You know, that privilege is hard to come by. We you know, for life it changes the face, it changes the dynamic of family.
When you remind me of football of so long ago, didn't people get banned from Chiefs or something? Didn't what happened? What happened? Benny's involved? Isn't there like a there was something. What happened?
I don't know.
What happened?
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
You deny. Plead the fifth.
I don't.
Plead the fifth. No comment.
No comment. No comment. I think you know, football is football, and you know what we've really achieved. You know, as individuals and as teams, it was absolutely amazing because it changed, you know, the landscape of football in this country.
Yeah, in the world.
In the world. Exactly, you know. And I think to still be remembered and be appreciated, you know, for the contribution we've made in the game, it's absolutely amazing. And then something else.
Outside of your football legacy, what legacy would you like to Don't feel old. Salt and pepper. I know. It's been a long time. But like, what do you think is that thing that you would want to be remembered for outside of the career? Because now you're a Hall of Famer. Now we know for sure they've put the stamp. You're a Hall of Famer. You're one of the best to ever do it in the country. You know, that ceremony was also really nice to see, by the way.
It was nice, eh?
That was dope. Shout out.
It was nice. You know, that's one of the things that I've always wanted to do. Bring, let me show. So now you accept.
Yeah, you're
more
goat.
famous.
You're a goat. You're a goat.
So you're following on my footsteps.
No, I'm more famous. I'm bringing you to the new level. I get we agreed.
That I was.
Yeah, but I have to now give you a new one. Yeah, because it ran out. These kids don't know who you are. The kids who watch TikTok don't know who you are.
Yeah, but I think you're on a way to greatness. You're on a way to good. I appreciate that. You know, I appreciate that you're passionate and you love what you do. you know, and singing it from a view of a parent or from, you know, from a distance. I'm really proud.
Hey, shut up.
I'm really proud. Even if you try, you know, as I said, wherever I go now, people say, but next time bring Primo. I'm like,
that's what I'm saying. I'm more famous than you. That's what allow me.
No, but they start with me to get to you. How? Do you understand? Because it's me. They're asking me to bring you. So who's more famous? You can't say you're more famous.
If they ask a legend to bring a TikToker,
you see, that's
what
different.
does that say about the TikToker?
No, that's different. Yeah, no, that's different. There's different respect. You can't compare. I mean, the legend to the...
Yeah, bo?
I think, let's say, together we work well.
Okay. I'm sure we did. I'm sure we did. I'm sure this worked well. I hope it did. And I think, okay, before we sign off, we have a lot of, like, besides all the young stars that we have that are being shipped abroad, you know, I mean, we have Chandre.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know Chandre. I think he plays for Bruges in Belgium.
Yeah.
And he follows me. Actually, I don't know. He doesn't follow you. It's okay. He follows me. So he follols me and we talk on the DMs and stuff. And really, you know, really, Mufugeng, you know, really. Yeah. Does he follow you?
At least they really.
Doesn't follow you. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Well, the video we made.
I know of him.
You know, really.
I know the
new star, the new.
I know the young boy at Pirates, Mufugeng.
Our new hope, our new shining star, the son of the nation.
Yeah. You know,
So there's all these really young, dope, talented guys. You know, I mean, have you seen Chandre shoot? Chandre Campbell. His goals, he's got this crazy technique outside the box. Boom, really. He looks like Yamal. He looks like it's going to be Rile versus Yamal, actually. One day it looks like that's going to be the
talent we have, eh?
Exactly. So now, what do we say to now that next one, go Val, go Davy Tone, go Deep Kloof, who's also saying, you know what, Rile can do it, Chandre can do it. I think I want to do it. What's that advice about, you know, transcending and playing at the highest level overseas in Europe, top level? What is your advice?
But again, it's vice versa. It has to transcend off the field of play as well. Do you know what I mean?
Of course.
But for me, I think the most important, you asked me a question to say, how do you want to be remembered?
Okay. Oh, you want to go back?
No, I'm not going back. I'm just, what I'm going to say now, it links with my answer now that, you know, it's not about the accolades and, you know, what you've achieved and the trophies and stuff, but it's who you become, you know, as a person, you know, the legacy that you leave behind. For me, that's the most important. People should be able to look up to you as a role model and as an icon to say, you know what?
A standard.
Standards, you know? Standards. You know, you're not just a footballer, but because we're all unique. All of us, we all unique, but how do you show your uniqueness?
Yeah.
You know? And what you do in transforming a footballer or your community.
Or whatever you do.
Whatever you do, it's you know, to have people looking up to you as a role model, you must have done something right.
Yeah. It's a huge thing. It's a big privilege. It's a massive privilege for people to look up at you.
But again, being a human being, not being in the level of everyone, you know, in terms of humility.
Yeah.
You know, being part of the community, but at the same time, you uplifting them. Yeah. You know,
doing your best, motivating, empowering.
You're empowering, you know, not the schools. You know, I mean, with this foundation, that's for me, is the proper one of those legacies that, you know,
what you guys are doing in Deep Blue schools, what you guys are doing for the elderly, what you guys are doing
underprivileged areas, you know,
all these places. Yeah,
absolutely.
100%.
You know, I think this, especially with the youngsters, because they always see the finished product. They always see you playing the Champions League, but they don't realize between
who was there helping you climb. You know what I mean? And what you have to go through, the community
to get there.
You know, people don't know you were shot in the back.
Hey,
you know, they don't know that you were a freedom fighter.
They don't know,
hiding things
where
in the
I started,
house,
how I learned how to drive. Hey, no, don't go there. It's a topic for another day.
But I think this is the best way to end it off with, the legacy you've left is an incredible legacy. You're a giant, and a lot of people, when they speak to me and they say, no, does your dad know how big he is? And does he know that in South Africa, we love him as much, because in the UK, they show the love. In the UK, they have the mural. In the UK, they have that tile by the statue outside the stadium, and you have the Radebe suite, at Ellen Road and stuff.
You've got the Kaiser Chiefs,
and I think, if anything, you should sleep well at night knowing that you've done something very few people in the whole world can do.
Yeah, but you give me sleepless nights.
I don't give you sleepless nights. I'm trying to be sweet here.
Okay, sorry about
You've really left an incredible legacy. I learned life through football, and I only went through football because I saw you.
Yeah.
So you've definitely set a huge standard. And even though we can say indirectly you don't influence TikTok, and I'm not a TikToker because nepotism, my father put me on and made but when I chose to go play football, and the mentalities that I decided to try take in there that were modeled after what I saw, they kind of created, who I am, who I learned to be. So I just want to give you your flowers. Also, let's hear your flowers. I just want to give you your flowers. They don't smell too good, but the roses really smell like poo. You've left an incredible example, an incredible standard, and hopefully us coming, not just me as, a child of yours, one of your sons, but just a son of the
firstborn,
game.
actually, firstborn.
Yeah.
Firstborn, number one. Huh?
It's not an achievement. You make it sound like I achieved something. Being deputy parent is not an achievement.
To be where you are today, Jesus,
it's
is
not an
like,
achievement.
I feel I'm proud as well, I'm proud as well. I mean, we know that we could be sitting here today.
I knew. I knew. And on that note, we're going to close off.
Primo 19. Oh my God.
On that note, I just want to say thank you so much to SuperSport Unplugged. What a beautiful episode. You guys, besides the interview, you guys gave me a chance to speak to my hero, my idol, my idolo, and beautiful guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more SuperSport Unplugged here on your World of Champions.
Wow.
Guys, where else are you going to hear things like this? Where else are you going to catch the inside scoop? Only here on the SuperSport YouTube. Shout out. See you next time on your World of Champions.
Sweet. Thanks.
Shout out.
Thanks.
Shout out. That was dope.
Thanks, Ufense.
No. Hosting skills out of 10. How was I?
Because you have to leave that room for
what?
No. So at least I can give you 8. You can still get to 10, 11, you know what I mean? Out of 10, I give you 8.
That's not bad. 80% get distinction. Okay, it's not bad.
Yeah, that means you can still do better.
As an
because you got to get to my level now.
Of what?
You know?
Your level of what?
Of being a legend,
I'm almost
achievement.
there.
So
I'm getting there.
That's why I said you need to get it. You're getting there. You're getting there.
Okay, but just give me the credit.
No, I do. I mean, I'm so proud of you. Absolutely brilliant. I mean, I already give you the credit with everybody calling me Primo's dad. Please, guys, I have a name. Yes, I'm Primo's dad, but I have a name. Okay.
Shame.
Show respect. Show respect. Yes, man. Thank you very much.
Let's make that TikTok. I want to go get my tripod.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
You ready?
SuperSport Unplugged. Signing off. Sweet.
No one said sign off. I just said I'm going to go get the tripod so we can make a TikTok.
Okay, yeah,
I've
let's
already
go.
signed off.
Yeah,
So
let's go. Should I start
job.
warming up and stretch? Getting ready for the TikTok?
We been stopped recording. I said bye. Didn't you hear me say you sign out?
Okay. I did.
Oh, stop trying to take my job. I mean, I'm giving you a time. It's got TikTok. I'm giving you free cameos. And this is what you're going to do. You're going to take my job.
I'm in trouble, Wade.
I'm trying to. I get it. I'm your new boss now.
Oh, okay. Is that
I'm
so
your new
now?
boss.
Is that how it works now?
Yes, because this is my realm.
All right.
I get it.
Okay.
You learning. I get it.
No, but I'm learning. You learn from me.
What
You're
did I learn?
trying to become a legend in what you do.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
So,
But now learn from me, because you're trying to become a TikTok. I get it.
yeah.
I get it. We're making social media money now. I get it.
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly.
So,
So-
I want to know Abu.
Please.
Yeah, no Abu and no, because I
Go
know
get my
that. I still have a lot of school fees to pay. I need money.
You have a lot of school.
I know. Oh, God.
That was hilarious.
That's so good.
Really? Shout out. You can't do that.
Nah, that was so dope. That was so dope.